Hello mates, I am Kiran Jadhav here. In this session, I will teach you Spring Boot application deploy in AWS RDS. We are going to use database here as a MySQL database. Then we'll start with our session. First, we'll create the Spring Boot application here. Then come up with the Chrome browser and type Spring Initializer. Project as Maven, language as Java, Spring Boot latest version. We are using 3.4.0. Here we are giving project information. The package I am giving here com.fullstack. Then artifact, it means our application name. I'm giving the application name as HRM AWS example. Now refactor the base package. Then packaging as Java version 17. Adding dependencies. We are adding here Lombok. It will help us to reduce the boilerplate code. Next, we are adding here Spring Wave itself available in build. Tomcat server available. And yes, we are able to create the REST API as well. And DevTool dependency for live load perspective we are using. Next, we are using here data JPA for persistence layer. Again, we are adding here validator dependency as well. If you want, then you can simply go ahead. Time being, I'm not using here validation dependency. We are just going to add here MySQL dependency. Now, simply click on generate. See, within minute, production ready application will be available there. Now, show in folder, copy the application and paste it in particular folder. Simply right click and go ahead with the extract. Now copy the path of our application and coming to Eclipse. In this session I am using Eclipse. Goes to file, import. This is Maven project. Then simply select here Maven project. Here existing Maven project. The next, and here we are giving the path of our application. Then now simply click on finish. See, it will take some time to import this project here in our local Eclipse. Then coming to our application, this is HRM AWS example application, and here simply open the pom.xml file and the compatible dependency we are going to add here. Then we'll come up with the dependencies, and there we are going to add Swagger UI dependency because API testing we are going to use here Swagger UI. Yeah, this is the Swagger UI dependency I added here. And one more thing, we need the properties file as well. Then the properties file perspective, here we have available src main resources. Then coming to application.properties, and here we are adding properties file content. And here now we have just configured with the local database, but once we'll create the RDS database, right? Then we'll configure the cloud database itself. So now simply come up with the our application, right click here and to run as Maven build. Then type here clean space install. So it will allows us to build our application. Simply skip test, apply and run it. Then meanwhile, we'll come up with the AWS and we'll start with the creation of RDS database there. Then simply come up with the AWS. You can simply go to Google, then do like AWS sign in. And once you sign in done, then here we have option available search. Simply type here RDS, Relational Database Services. And once you type your RDS, you will be able to see this window and then click on databases. The database name, whatever we have given here in Eclipse, right? Same name we are expecting there, HRM Cloud DB. Then we come back to here and you can simply click on create database. Then once you click on create database, then database we are using standard create. Here we are going to select MySQL database. Coming next is it's just loading actually. Yeah. Next, this is free tier we are using here. Then coming down, yeah, database identifier I am giving, you can pass any name here actually. Then username, master username I am mentioning here root, and the password I am mentioning here password as full stack 1 2 3 4 5. You can simply re-enter the password again. Then coming down here, this is public access as yes. Now coming down, this is additional configuration. We are simply giving initial database name here HRM Cloud DB. Yeah, whether everything is fine, you can simply click on create database. It will go ahead and it will create the database. It will take some time. Then meanwhile, we'll finish our entire application. Then for that perspective, again we'll come up with the Eclipse. See, our build is success. Once build is success, simply try to clean up the project. Then meanwhile, we will come up with the SRC in Java. There is our base package com.fullstack. Simply right click here, new package, the package name. I'm giving here model package. Now again com.fullstack, new package we are creating here. The package name, I'm giving here package name as a repository. Then again com.fullstack, new package, the package name we are giving here package name as service package. Now again coming to com.fullstack, new package, the package name we are giving the package name as controller. This is very simple application we are going to create here. Actually just save data and fetch all data on cloud platform itself. Again coming to model package, new Java class, the Java class name I'm giving here employee. Then coming to repository layer, in repository we are going to create here first interface, new Java interface, interface name as employee repository. And service we are creating here interface, interface name as I employee service. Again within service package we are creating new Java class, and this is the implementation class employee service IMPL. Now coming to controller, we are creating new Java class as employee controller. Then we'll start with the coding part here. Then I will maximize the size of screen. You can simply use Ctrl M to maximize the size of screen. And here we are using @ data annotation for Lombok perspective. It coming from Lombok itself. Next we are using @ $, constructor. Next we are using here nor constructor. And here I want to maximize the size of font as well. Then goes to window preferences. We have option available there, general, appearance, colors and fonts. You can simply come with the basics, and there is available text font. I want to increase the font size. I'm giving here font size as 16. Okay, apply and close. Now if you want to use auto suggestions there, right? Then for auto suggestions you can simply come up with the windows. There is an option available preferences. Now you can simply come up with the Java, and in Java there is available editor. In editor there is available content asset, and here auto activation trigger for Java available. You can simply type here A to Z. Yeah, then apply and close. Perfect. Now we are using here @entity annotation here coming from Jakarta persistence. Next we are using here @table, and table name we are just mentioning here employee. Now coming down, we are using here @ID. It means this is primary key. @generated value, it means this will be auto increment, and we are mentioning here private. This will be int emp have ID. Next we are using private. This will be string emp have name. The next private, this will be, you can say like double emp have salary. In this session, time being, we are just going to add only 3 fields here, and the strategy we are mentioning here as identity. Now save it. Now we'll come up with the repository layer, annotate with @repository. Then here we are using extends jp repo. Here the Pojo class name itself we have available employee, and the wrapper class we are giving here integer. And if you want to write any custom method, you can simply write your custom methods here. Now we'll come up with the interface as employee service. Then here interface by default each and every method is public. We are just going to mention here employee, and this is we are saying save, and we are passing here employee. Next method, I want to fetch here list of data. That's why I'm using here list, and list it will be type of our, you can simply say util package we are expecting. Okay, List it will be coming from util package. List of employee we are trying to fetch, and the method I am giving here find all. Now we'll come up with the employee service IMPL annotate put at the rate service, and here we are using implements I employee service. It will give us the compile time problem. Whatever abstract method in interface, we must not implement into our implementation class. Then click on add unimplemented methods. See, here is the implementation, right? Yeah. Now we are using at the rate auto and here we are mentioning private. This will be employee repository. Now we are using here instead of returning null, simply give employee repo dot save. Service is intermediate between our repo and controller. We are passing input as the employee entity here. Next, instead of returning null, you can simply say employee repo dot find all. This save and find all method coming from the API itself actually. Now coming to next, and this is the last layer. Here we are writing the APIs. Then we are using here add REST controller itself available at the response body. Next we are using request mapping, and the base URIs I want to mention here, this will be employees. Then here we are using at the auto void, this will be private. You can say I employee service. Now first API we are writing here, this is post mapping, and the API itself we are giving save. And do public, this will be response entity. We are adding here response entity. Type it will be our employee. And simply say save. And here we are passing add request body employee. Now simply to return, this will be response entity dot okay, and we are calling here this is employee service dot save, passing entity as the employee itself. Now coming to next, here we are writing get mapping. We are going to mention this is find all. API name as find all. Then we are adding here public. This will be response entity. It will be type of our list. List it will be type of our employee. And simply say this is find all. Now simply to return. Then this will be response entity dot okay. We are going to add here. We are calling here service layer employee service dot. There is method available find all. This way, we done with our API creation part as well. Now we'll start with the testing. Then coming to our main class main method, you can simply refresh because you are able to see number of package structure there, right? Yeah. Then this is our main class. Main class, it means your project name ending with application, right? Yeah. And itself available address Spring Boot application. Now simply right click and start the application. Run as Java application. Now we are expecting the application goes to work on port number 8080. See one screen. We are just waiting to see. Yeah, it's showing me 8080 port already in use. That will be fine for us, no worries. Then we'll come up with the properties file, and we are adding here one more property tag server.port equal to 5000. You can give any port number, but I will recommend for this session you can give the 5000 because the AWS also expecting Tomcat goes to work on 5000. Now again we'll start our application. Let's see one screen. It will go to work on 5000 port number. Then meanwhile, we'll come up with the Chrome browser and simply hit here localhost, then give the port number as 5000 swagger-io.html. Yeah, our Swagger is, we are just waiting to see like up and running. Yeah, Swagger up and running. Then try it out, saving the data. I'm just passing here name as Swara, and the employee salary we are just going to pass here like 97,000. Try to execute, data is inserted successfully, right? One more record I'm just going to add here Darshan, and Darshan salary we are adding here 99,000. Data is inserted. Now we'll try to fetch all data. Just click on find all, try it out, execute. It will fetch the two records there, right? Perfect. This way we're done with the local testing actually. I am just going to stop our local application and we'll start with our cloud services. For that perspective, we'll come up with the Chrome browser here. Then there is available RDS, right? Already we have created the database as well. See, database also available, HRM Cloud DB. Then here you can simply click on that Cloud DB. Then here come up with the VPC security group. And again, we are going to set here inbound rules. Then here you will be able to see security group ID. Now click on that security group ID and here is we have option available set inbound rules. Yeah, see here is available edit inbound rules. Once you click on that, then initially in your local you will be able to see such a window available there. Now you can simply click on add rule and here once you are going to click on add rule, then here you can simply select MySQL Aurora. See here is available as MySQL Aurora and here we are going to select anywhere IP v4 and then simply click on save rule. It will give us the success message there, right? Yeah, once it's success message coming there, then you can again come up with the RDS here because we need to copy the uh, endpoint URL for our database, cloud database, right? For that perspective, we'll come up with here our database and see here is available endpoint URL. Simply copy this URL. Once you copy this URL, then you can come up with our local application and instead of localhost, give the cloud database URL. Instead of localhost, you can paste this URL here and database password. First database password we are expecting full stack 1 2 3 4 5 we are expecting, and whether everything is same only because database name also we are using the same only, right? Yeah, then once it's done, the next step again you can simply build the application. Right click on our application, run as maven build and then do clean space install. So it will start to build our application. Then meanwhile it will take some time, then we'll come up with again AWS and we'll go ahead to create the application. Then see here we have available all the services. From that we are going to select Elastic Beanstalk. If you are not able to see here, then you can simply click on search Elastic Beanstalk. You will be able to see this one, run and manage the web application. Now simply click on Elastic Beanstalk. Then see here you will be able to see create environment. Now simply click on create environment. Once you click on that, again here we are going to create our application. For application name perspective, I am giving here Spring Boot. Otherwise we'll give HRM. Whatever application name you want, you can simply give this one application name. Okay, I'm just giving here HRM Cloud Application. Now coming down here, we are going to select platform as Java and the Java version we are using Java 17. Then this is we are going to upload the code actually from our local itself. Then you can simply select the local file and now we need to select file name as well. For that perspective, we'll copy the path of our file. Coming to target, in target there is available our jar file. Simply refresh, you will be able to see the jar file will be available there. See, this is the jar file. Then you can simply go to properties and see this is the location we required to upload the jar file from local. Then I will copy the path and again coming to our AWS here and simply click on choose file. Then we'll give the path of our application here. Simply select here and see timestamp available, latest timestamp here, right? Simply select the file. The next we need to give here version label as well, right? Then I'm giving here as a 2.5. You can give any version label 1.0, 1.2, whatever you want. Now simply click on next. We are using a single instance free tier. Then next, either you can use existing role if you have available, but if you are doing first time, then you can create the new role. For new role perspective, how to create the new role, then you can simply open in new window. Here I will show you how to create the IAM role. For that perspective, again you can simply select here IAM. There we are going to add some policies. Then click on roles. Here simply click on again create role. Then this is AWS service. We are going to select here EC2. then again click on next, and here we are going to select the policies. AWS Elastic Beanstalk. See, we are selecting here web tier, then AWS Elastic Beanstalk worker tier, and one more we are going to select here multi-container Docker as well. Then we have selected the 3 out of 1017. Then click on next. Then here I am just going to add the role name. Then we'll say here this is expert cloud user. You can give any name of your role name here. Okay. Now simply click on create role. See, role also created within minute. Once it created, then again we'll come up with here actually configure the service access. Simply refresh it, and here you can simply select expert cloud user. Here we not need to select any EC2 keep here. Again, here also we are going to select expert cloud user for EC2 instance profile. Now simply click on next. And now you can simply go ahead with next, 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 and then submit your application. Here also we are just going to select as next. Again, here also you can simply go to the next. Here, if you are not using port number as 5000, then you need to add environment property, give the server underscore port, and then give the value as 5000. But in our local already we are using server port as 5000. Then you not need to worry about this anything here. Okay? Yeah. See here, if you want to check, I already given here server dot port as 5000. Then now simply click on next. Yeah. And here you can simply click on submit. Then see it will take at least 2 to 3 minutes to deploy our application, and once it deployed, then you will be able to see the domain, it means application URL. Then meanwhile I will walk through some theoretical part here. See, in this session, like we are doing deploy Spring Boot MySQL application on AWS Elastic Beanstalk with Amazon RDS. What is EC2? EC2 it means Elastic Cloud Compute. It provides scalable virtual servers instances to run our applications. Then what is Elastic Beanstalk? It is a platform as a service that's called PaaS for deploying and managing the web applications. And it handles infrastructure, provisioning, scaling, and monitoring while you focus on the writing your code. You can simply upload your applications and it automates deployment and operations as well. Then what is RDS? RDS it means Relational Database Services. It is a managed service that simplifies the setup, operations, and scaling of the relational databases in the cloud platform. And it supports popular databases like MySQL, Postgres, then Oracle, SQL Server, right, etc. And the feature available there is it is fully managed, high availability, then scalability, security, and backup and recovery as well. And yes, relational database services, that's called RDS, reduces operational overhead, allowing developers to focus on the building applications instead of managing the infrastructure. Then those all things we are using here. And yes, now we are just coming to see the application URL also available there actually. Simply click on that, and here we are just trying to test it. Then here I am just trying to add this is employees and find all. We are expecting empty array list. If it's available there, then we start with the Swagger UI testing. Yes, perfect. See, here is available empty array list, right? It means application is up and running. Now I am just passing here Swagger hyphen UI.html. See, our Swagger also up and running. Yes, now we are going to test our cloud database here. Simply come up with the post, try it out. Then name I am passing here Jadhav. Then salary we are passing here 2,50,000. Now execute it. See, data is created there, right? One more record I am just going to add here Darshan. Shinde. And here we are adding salary as a 2,40,000. Execute. See, 2 records is added successfully. Now we'll try to test our find all as well. Just try it out, execute. See, it's working expected, right? Yeah. And here, if you want to check our database as well, cloud database, then simply copy this URL and coming to SQL Yoke. Simply goes to file, new connection available there. Then here instead of localhost, you can simply pass the path of our application. This is, see here you can pass the path of our cloud database, and here password you can give whatever password we have given. Full stack 1 2 3 4 5. Now database name is whatever database name we have given, right? The same database name we need to pass here as well. The database name is HRM Cloud DB. Try to connect. If everything is fine, it will go to connect with our database, and yes, there will be available table, and within the table will be available data. I will just open the table. You will be able to see 2 records available there. Now if you want to add one more record here, I am just trying to add here one more record. Save. I am adding here the record name itself, Kiran Adhav, and we are just going to add his salary. Sorry, this one, right? Yeah, here. Save. Try it out. Here I am giving, and we are just going to add here salary as 5 lakh. Now simply try to execute. See, data is inserted, right? And this data will be available on cloud database as well. Simply right click here, opening table. See, simply try here, select platform, employee. See, third number record also available there, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's it in this session. But till if you are facing any difficulties, then feel free to add your errors in comment box. I will be available here to help you. And please do like, share and subscribe the channel to get more updates. And thanks for watching this video, and see you in